Formula 1 Drive to Survive Season 5 has been released, and it's been a couple of days and I haven't watched it. Well, I did start watching episode 1, but I realised that I had a problem with Drive to Survive, being they blow stuff out of proportion and they make the truth seem distant and unreal. It's really weird how to describe it. It's almost like they have the truth there, and then they add drama to it, which kind of makes it not the truth. It's almost like a dramatised version of reality. Oh, I like that. Drive to Survive is a dramatised version of reality, because it is. If we take Season 3, they had this sort of rivalry with Lando Norris and Carlos Sainz going on, even though that wasn't true. They had a bromance, they were best friends. They would never really have a rivalry in the way it was portrayed. It's kind of frustrating because this has been introduced to a lot of fans in America, and these American fans and other fans all around the world who have been brought into Formula 1 because of it, they're going to believe this untrue fact that is being portrayed. They're going to believe, oh, Lando Norris and Carlos Sainz had a rivalry. Oh, maybe that's why Carlos Sainz went to Ferrari, when that wasn't the case, because they were best friends and Carlos Sainz went to Ferrari because it's the Ferrari seat. You're not going to give that up any day of the week. It's just frustrating and a bit annoying, because me as an F1 fan who loves F1 and really likes it, and looks at Drive to Survive, and I see how they're portraying events to be untrue and to be a bit more dramatic and to be unrealistic. It's frustrating because people who are going to introduce to Formula 1 because of Drive to Survive are going to believe it, and I think this needs to stop. I almost feel like Netflix needs to tone down the drama. Toto Wolff in the first episode of season 5 said this isn't a documentary, and that's true. It's not a documentary, it's a dramatized version of reality. A documentary would be taking the truth and running with it, but Netflix, because it draws in more crowds, if they make it more drama and they make it more angry and they make it more untrue, they're going to draw in a larger audience, and it's going to make them more profit. These large companies like Netflix and Disney, they're kind of out to get more money, which is kind of understandable, because if you were in their position, you would want more money. But it kind of ruins Formula 1 for fans who haven't seen it. They're going to believe this dramatised reality, and they're going to take that literally. It's just a little pet peeve that I have with Drive to Survive. I do quite like it in a certain way, because it gives you a bit more access behind the scenes. So it's not all bad, because I really like the access you get behind the scenes. You get to see in the F1 motorhomes, you get to see them driving elsewhere, you get to see them training elsewhere, you get unprecedented access, which is a really good thing that has come from this Netflix show. Yes, it's almost untrue in some parts, but yes, you get more access behind the scenes, and you get to see epicness and more action from these drivers. You get to see more into them, and yes, they have become more celebs since this Drive to Survive series has come out, and I think that aspect is really good. I like the behind the scenes aspect, but I don't like the dramatised version of reality that is portrayed in this series. But what is my verdict? Should Drive to Survive continue, or should they stop? Well, I think nonetheless it is drawing in more fans, and it's up to them whether they believe it or not, and it's up to them what version of reality they take from Formula 1. I also think the behind the scenes is a great way to get more access to Formula 1. We didn't get that before this series, or we might have done with YouTube videos from teams like McLaren. But on the whole, I think Drive to Survive is good because of what it does. Bringing in more fans, give us more access, but there is that dramatised version of reality that I think needs to be sorted out and almost toned down. Yes, you can make it a bit more dramatic, but not as dramatic as telling lies like Carlos Sainz and Lando Norris had a rivalry, which, to my knowledge, simply is not the case. If you just tone that down, it would be fine. that's what I'm trying to get at. It is good in many ways, but then if they blow stuff out of proportion and make it seem untrue, fans are going to believe that, and it's going to kind of make Formula 1 seem a bit more dramatic when it really isn't. Anyway, that's my outlook on Drive to Survive. I should probably go and watch the rest of Series 5 now. I'm probably going to go and do that. Let me know what you think of Drive to Survive in the comments down below, and let me know if you agree with what I've said, if you disagree with what I've said. I'd like to hear your opinions, as always. That's a very short video, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.